Hey guys, happy Easter or happy Sunday if you guys aren't celebrating. Your boy is back with another subreddit video, and today we're diving into one of my newer favorite series, r/OhNoConsequences. If you guys are new to this subreddit, this one is a very fun one, a little bit more lighthearted than some of the other stuff that we've read recently, but OhNoConsequences is pretty much people finding stories where it is baffling to us and them on how people genuinely don't think they have any consequences for the actions that they're going to do in this world. So I'm excited to dive into this with you guys. It's always a fun time. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoy videos like this, make sure you stay up to date by hitting the subscribe and the notification bell because we do it every single day. Also, it helps me towards my goal of hopefully 20,000 by the end of the year, 20,000 subscribers. Also, hit the like and comment section down below. It helps out the algorithm a lot. And if you want to further support the channel and get daily extended videos, like an extra 10-minute plus every single day, check out the Patreon. It's going to be the first link in the description box. Also, thank you to all the deluxe members. And with that being said, let's get into OhNoConsequences. I'm so excited. It's a much newer series. I think we've only done this like 2-3 times, and God, every time it's getting good views, which I love, of course. And then also, like, it's so fun to read. All right, so this one's title says, oh, it's from a mod too. Classic OhNoConsequences Sunday. Lady pays her babysitter extremely low wages and whines on a mom group when she quits. Come on, guys. Like, if you own a business and you see someone quitting, but you're paying them low rate, how do you not put 2 and 2 together? Let's read this. So this is originally on r/shit moms group say. That's a subreddit. Shit mom group says. Okay. I wonder why she can't find another babysitter. Okay. And this is an old post, so this mod really like dove deep. All right. So this is on a Facebook post on a group, and it says, sad face, feeling betrayed. I am livid. Blank has been babysitting for me for 7 months now, and they didn't even capitalize their name, lol. $100 a week. Hold up. Let's see how many hours first because $100 is very low already. The hours are easy. 9 to 5 p.m. like a regular effing job. Hold up. How many days? Even if that's one day, just one day, that's 8 hours, right? Which means that, and I doubt that it was one day, but let's say it was just one day, they're getting paid essentially like 10 point something dollars or $11. Sorry, I wasn't mathing. 12.5 to be exact. $12.5 an hour if that's one day, which is already pretty low for a babysitter job. I'm pretty sure babysitters, like, at the lowest should make like 15 an hour. Yeah, that's my opinion. That's literally someone watching your kid. I'm in love with my new keyboard, guys. I'm slowly upgrading the setup. By the way, I got this new keyboard. It's a little bit more thonky, but I'm prepping for switching from Apple because Apple just sucks at recording, to building my own PC. So sorry, random tangent. Yeah, so the average babysitter rate, even in North Carolina, again, this is AI overview, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt, but it says it's $16, and that's average. Like, that's crazy to me and I bet you she was working even more days too. All right, but let's continue. And the kids are basically angels. Yeah, I'm sure they are. They sleep most of the day away anyways at this age. I get a text from her saying she's applying to Walmart and that she can't afford to work for me anymore. She's not paying me anything. I'm paying her. What do you mean afford? Bro, what? Has this woman ever been in like the work field before? Like, are you serious right now? Like, every human being has expenses, and you can't afford to be getting paid poopy numbers if you have like bills to pay. Have fun working long hours for less pay, you ungrateful. I don't actually think that's the case. I know this post was 5 years ago, but let's just look for today, right? Walmart's average pay, more than $17.50, which is more than the average pay of a babysitter. Like, come on, dude, are you tripping? And then she calls her, you ungrateful, dude, what? The fact that she even cared for your kids and you're betraying her by calling her these foul words. And now I'm stuck without childcare. All the daycares in my area are super expensive, and every time I have posted an ad on a local buy and sell, people have left really mean comments. I'm getting desperate. I can't believe she put me in this spot. This is risking my livelihood. I thought she was my friend. This right here is a prime example of delusion mixed with entitlement. If you find somebody, they usually come hand in hand, but it's like anxiety and depression, right? This is delusion and entitlement. A great pairing. It is insane that she thinks she's entitled to someone's time for $100 a week. What I pretty sure is 9 to 5, and it's because she says it's a regular job. I bet you she's doing it multiple days, which means she's getting paid scrap. Let's read the comments. I mean, this is insane. I wonder what the comments were on the original post too. I got 12,000 upvotes. Yeah, makes sense. We'll look at the comments on the original post as well. For those that blah, 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 hold up. Well, comments on this one says less pay. I mean, you were paying her like $2.50 an hour. I know, like that's literally like getting paid a waitress salary, but without the tips. That's not even minimum wage. Yeah. There's got to be some labor laws against this, dude. Let's look at the comments on the original post 5 years ago. 2.5 per hour. Yeah, I think they did dive down and like dissect the whole, like if it was multiple days, like a regular effing job, then it would be $2.5 an hour, which is insane. I was just calculating a day earlier. Wow. That's crazy. I seriously want to see the other 8 comments now. Hoping this entitled biatch got demolished. Yeah. Man, that is insane. How are you that delusional? And that's why I love OhNoConsequences. Because like, how do you not understand the consequence of paying someone $100 a week? I wouldn't even do that to like a family member, dude. What? All right, let's move on. Typing on your phone for 5 full seconds while driving. Oh, she's going to get in an accident. Yep. There we go. That is exactly what I expected to happen. What else do you expect? Also, you're not even texting and driving. Like, okay, look, first I want to reiterate, don't text and drive. All right. I'm not encouraging at all, but if you're gonna do it, not saying that you should, but if you're gonna do it, like look up and shit, right? She is full on like typing a monologue, like da 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 da, and then boom, accident. Like, what do you fucking expect? This is why it's so scary to be in the road sometimes, because there are some shit drivers. Ooh, an AITAH. Oh, I'm excited to read this one. This sister's life is a whole OhNoConsequences. All right, so we got an AITAH post from 21 days ago, and it says, "Am I the a-hole for denying my sister's lies in front of her in-laws?" Probably not, but let's see. I am 25 female, and I have an older sister, Kate, that's 30. She and I were never close due to our age differences, and because she hated that our dad married my mom. Okay, so they're half sisters or stepsisters, maybe? I don't know. Dad married our mom. Well, it says our dad, so yeah, half sisters. And had me after divorcing her mother. Yep, okay. Katie claims dad told her he never loved her mother, and that my mom was his true love. Damn, that is kind of effed up of the dad to say. If that's true, she claims. And that our dad always compared the two of us and asked us why she had to be the difficult child, and that overall dad loved me more. On the other hand, my dad claims nothing she said is true, that she was problematic and insolent. These claims are backed up by my mother and dad's parents, and so I assume Kate was never 100% honest. Anyways, these are their problems that do not concern me. Some time ago, Kate reached out to me and told me that she got engaged. I said congrats and everything. She told me that she had a favor to ask. She told me her mother-in-law is very family-oriented, and it does not sit well with her that Kate is estranged from her family. Okay, I wonder why. In her words, future mother-in-law considering something is also wrong with Kate, and she is also blamed for being no contact with her family, fearing Kate will also influence her son to do the same. Kind of valid fear, maybe, but everybody's their own person, you know? What Kate wanted from me was for me to meet her in-laws, for them to see that she does not hate her family. That's such a goofy request. Okay, but yeah, let's continue. I joked that the future mother-in-law sounds a little insane, and that I agreed to help her because at the end of the day, I never hated her, and I don't think that she hated me neither. Okay, that's good. The fact that we were not close does not mean that we hate each other or want bad things to happen to each other. I mean, yeah, some people just genuinely aren't close, and that's fine. Anyways, I went to meet Kate, her future husband, and her mother-in-law and father-in-law at a restaurant. They were very nice people and very warm. At some point, the mother-in-law said something along the lines that she is happy to see that the we suffered did not affect our sisterly blonde. Oh, snap. So what did she lie about? Let's see it. I was confused and asked what she was talking about while Kate tried to change the subject. Mother-in-law says it's okay. I have nothing to be ashamed of, and that she knows from Kate, our parents, I don't know if I could say that word on YouTube, was mean to us while growing up. It's too late anyways, I said it. What's YouTube going to do at this point? I'm ready to demonetize right now. I clarified that this is not true. We were never, mean or, aid by our parents or anyone in our family. We were raised in a very loving family. We never hit or were hit or got spanked, no matter what we did. Damn, must be nice. Our parents are well off, so we always had everything that we wanted. Clothes, phones, laptops, cars, etc. Dude, what? So she is blatantly lying about like a great upbringing. Why? Did she want like sympathy points? Like what's going on here? I hate people like that. Or not hate, hate's a strong word. I dislike people like that. Mother-in-law got very, very angry. She apologized to me and started insulting my sister, called her a liar, accusing her of being manipulative and trying to insert herself into their family by being dishonest. What happens is that Kate accused our parents of many things that are just not true. Now Kate is accusing me of ruining her life. She said that her engagement is over. What? That the in-laws later and her fiance does not trust her anymore. I mean, yeah, if you lied to them this whole time, what do you expect? This is totally oh no consequences. Like, how do you not realize the consequences of lying? Like lie if you want. I'm not going to tell you not to lie as a human being. People lie, right? But don't expect you to get away with the lie and just like not get any consequences. What is this? This ain't a Hollywood movie, buddy. The thing is, I don't think I did anything wrong. I just can't sit here and hear people blasting my parents for her lies and for things that never happened. But still, am I the a-hole for telling the truth? Hell no. First off, you didn't even know, you didn't know this was going to happen. And you're just, honestly, you're the complete opposite of an a-hole. You're just telling it as it is. Like, that's respectable. The fact that she, shunned her away and was trying to change the subject just shows, the level of awareness that she had towards the situation, too. So she seems like a mega ultra a-hole. All right, comments say, it's funny to me how in the original post, we're saying how OOP was the golden child and the sister was a scapegoat, but the people claiming that missed one very important detail. The sisters said that we were both by our parents, not just her. Honestly, after reading the update, the sister just keeps getting worse and worse. People need to realize that not everyone has toxic parents who plays favorites. Sometimes you are the problem. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Shaking my head indeed. That's a silly one. Oh man, all right, this one sounds interesting. Title says, P's fiance almost unalived in a car accident. Mother-in-law tells OOP he cheated on her because of wedding stress. What? Okay, so this is on the best of Redditor updates. My fiance almost unalived in a car accident. My mother-in-law told me he cheated on me. What? This is a wild opener, but okay. I am not the OP. This is my first BORU, so it might be a bit wonky. Originally posted on r/true off my chest. All right, well, let's just read it. My fiance almost, unalived in a car accident. That's when my mother-in-law told me that he had cheated on me with my ex. Now he's recovering well. I feel so guilty for wanting to end it. I feel like a horrible person. Why did your mom do that? We were supposed to get married on August 20th in a small ceremony. I, who's 33, have been with my fiance, 34, for 6 years. Engaged for 1. Congrats, that's really awesome. The best years of my life. He's brilliant in every way, or so I thought. The accident happened 6 weeks ago. A drunk driver, hit my fiance's car. I spent the worst night of my life in the hospital waiting for answers from the doctor, and he went through hours and hours of surgery. Dang, that sucks. And it's so poopy because you can't do anything about that because another person was being an idiot. His parents and brother were also there waiting. I've always loved his family and they me. His mom is or was one of my favorite people, and we got along very well. She was happy to have me as her first daughter-in-law. She's religious, and when my fiance was hovering between life and death, she was worried about his sins. What? So she told me that he cheated on me about 2 months ago with his ex that he bumped into. What? That's a wild thing for a mom to say. She explained that this is because of the wedding and the stress of the planning. I'm planning it. Apparently, I've been both stressed out and stressing him out. Yeah, but stress isn't a fucking reason to do that. Anyways, let's just continue. He had a weak moment. It was the one-time thing, and he regretted it so much. He asked my parents for advice on what they should do, and they told him not to say anything. As long as he's remorseful and as long as it was me that he wanted. That's not how it works, but okay. He should forget about what he did and move on. His whole family knew. That's crazy. That's crazy that he told his whole family. Like, that's a wild, I don't know. I mean, everybody's got a different relationship with their family, I guess. After the hospital, he moved back to his parents' house because we lived in the flats without lifts. I visit him every day. I haven't told him that I know, and his family is acting like nothing has changed. They're very happy he's doing better, and understandably so. And my presence by his side is very helpful according to him and his family. Now, both my fiance and his parents are talking about us being able to get married on the day that we set. After all, I feel awful because I don't want that. Our relationship was over the moment I found out about his cheating. I stayed because I loved, or still do, love him, and I wanted him to feel better. I couldn't break his heart while he was recovering. I also thought the wedding was postponed and that we would have had more time in him to recover fully and be strong and independent so that I could leave with clear conscience. Wow, that's crazy. This is all the first post, by the way. I tried to speak to his mom today, but she just started hyperventilating and kept telling me not to do this. She made a big mistake by telling me, yeah, what the fuck do you expect? What, like, she just genuinely, the mom expected you as another woman too, like man to man, woman to woman, like, it just be like, oh yeah, by the way, he did this, but like, don't leave him. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. Like, what do you expect, dude? She made a mistake by telling me and that I should have taken advantage of what she said in desperation to punish him and kill his spirit. Get the freak out of here. What? He's still recovering and needs me. Yeah, but he's not entitled to that. Like, it's nice of you for doing this, but at the same time, there's no good time to break up with someone. I have been thinking since my talk with his mom about everything, and I'm still so angry at him. I'm ashamed that even when I worried about his life, I was very angry and resentful. Well, I would be too. We were supposed to have our wedding in this beautiful manor house that he found, that's all inclusive, with that's such a tragic time to find out too, like right before your wedding, with our most important people. My best friend is a DJ, and my parents paid for the whole thing, even though they're much poorer. Wow, that's kind of messed up that they were poor and they paid for everything. So I don't know where the stress came from. We fixed everything in a week. I'm so angry, and I've had it bottling up since the accident. I'm afraid I'm going to explode soon. All right, then there's another post. So we love an update. I told my fiance I knew about his infidelity and canceled the wedding. He still wants a second chance. Okay, so this actually happened. Holy crap. I thought the update was going to be like, oh, like, and he, the mom was lying or something. That's crazy. Damn, I'm so sorry. Like, I can only imagine going through about to get married and then you find out something as bombshell like this. That's crazy. All right. So I told my fiance that I know his infidelity and canceling the wedding. He said he still wants a second chance. I have written here 3 days ago before I talked to my fiance. This is after I told him that I knew about his cheating. I started by telling his parents, who are paying for the wedding. Oh, my parents. Yeah. I was about to say what? Who were paying for the wedding, about what happened and that I'm canceling the wedding. Hopefully they can get back some of the money that they paid for via their home insurance. I have told them that I'm going to pay for the rest of the damages. Oh, that's really sweet. My dad refused. See, your parents get it. Your parents are good parents. His parents are dumbasses. I insisted it's not up to them. Smiley face. Since my fiance still lives with his parents, I felt that I would be outnumbered if I was alone to end it. If I went alone to end it. Text or a call wasn't an option. Yeah, that's very responsible and mature of you. Since he meant a lot more to me than that. And I really wanted to see his face and ask what the F. I also wanted him to see me hurt. Yeah, I get that. I don't want it to be comfortable for him. Yes, I know that sounds petty, but it's not. Like, guys, people got to understand their consequences. This is the whole point of this subreddit. Cheaters must know that they hurt, or cheaters must see the hurt they cause and hopefully learn from it. I took from my mom with me. When I told him that the wedding was off and the reason why, he started crying. He told me that all things they say in desperation. He was foolish. He didn't think. He was stressed out. He was scared. Stressed of what, buddy? Your loving now ex-fiance you had the graciousness of their family taking care of everything, brother, and you decided to cheat on her. Like, what do you mean? Like, and in his perspective, at this point, the only thing you can do is obviously apologize, accept the fact that you're done now, and obviously you're gonna have to move on eventually. But learn from this mistake, you idiot. Like, don't take stuff for granted. And she might be the one that got away just because of that. Shout out Katy Perry. He was scared. It meant nothing. What do you mean it meant nothing? He regretted it. You did it like 2 months before the wedding, buddy. He didn't want to tell me because it meant nothing, and he didn't want it to hurt me. That makes it even worse that she found out without you telling her. I should give him a chance to prove himself and his loyalty. He can, yeah, but then for the rest of the relationship, she will never trust you. He can ask his parents to pay for the wedding. We can postpone. Honestly, your parents should pay for the wedding anyways, or pay back for the damages. We can postpone the wedding indefinitely. I can take the apartment and he will live with his parents as long as it takes for me to forgive him. Damn. I haven't cried. And like, I don't doubt that this guy does feel remorse and like all these feelings and stuff. But at the same time, there's a great book that, I've referenced this book before. I think you should read it. It's Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink, Navy SEAL, just talking about like, dude, regardless if you're a man or woman, if you're an adult human being, you got to accept your actions and take ownership, bro. And whether that's negatives or the positives, you got to you got to understand that this is your fault, buddy, and just accept it. All right. And then I haven't cried so much as I did when I was listening to all his BS and afterwards on my way home. How could he do this to me? He didn't even give me a satisfying answer to why he did this to us. I have cried myself to sleep every single night since the incident, and yet I cried like I've just found out. I'm so sorry. That sucks. Like, being cheated on, I've only felt like a small degree of it because I wasn't like in a serious relationship. It's poopy. It's shitty. And like, man, that sucks. Especially, it's one thing to be cheated on in like a relationship. It's another thing to be cheated on right before your wedding. And then like, who's to say that this hasn't happened multiple times? Not saying that it did, but you don't know. You can't trust him anymore. I'm going to stay in the apartment that we bought together, and he will stay with his parents. Prices have gone down these last couple months, and we both agreed that we don't want to sell for less than what we paid. But the moment it goes up, we're going to sell. Smart. I have started packing his things now, and tomorrow I'm renting a van to move his things to his parents' house. That's like so nice of you to do, because he should do that. Grown-ass man fucking having you do everything. Get the fuck out of here. You should have left him from the start. I'm just playing. I'm being such a meme now. I'm such a bitch. Sorting out his stuff and packing his clothes made it real for me. I didn't expect it to be so emotional. Why do I still love him so much? Well, that's the thing. The thing about love, from my knowledge, again, I'm not an expert at any of this. I'm a single guy. But from my previous experiences with love, you never stop loving someone, but you can stop loving who they became. Like, you still love the idea of someone. Like, even I've been heartbroken, and I have been the one to break hearts, right? Or broken a heart or whatever. And on both sides of it, you still remember, and you still care about that person, or at least what that person was, because they're a big memory of yours. And I don't think it's a bad thing to ever never stop loving someone. However, you have to understand that you loved what that person was, not what they are now. And then it's different, and you're also a different person every day too. And so I remind myself of that a lot. And I'm like, I don't know. I can never imagine getting back romantically with my exes. But with that being said, they were great people, and I have no remorse for any of my exes whatsoever. They never did me dirty. Well, not like this type of dirty. Slightly dirty, but nothing like this. This is crazy. All right, so let's continue. He said he has been texting me, and he had called me twice, and we mostly talked about mundane stuff, but also about us and our relationship. His mom has called me and said that she felt guilty for first not advising him to come clean, but even for later divulging his secret to me without his permission. You know what's crazy? If she never told him, he would have been married, or she would have been married to him, and he would have just had the secret. I wonder if he would have felt guilty, or if he would have just kept doing it. I don't know. There's a lot of things that could be at play here. She was disappointed that I took advantage of her moment of panic. What? She was disappointed that you took... What? Brother, what do you mean? Okay, anyways, but she understands that I'm hurt. She says that he would do his best to win me back. Yeah, right. I'm a bit irritated about the fact that none of them, including my parents, believe that it's really over. Well, I mean, they're in that delusional state. I mean, it was 6-year relationship, right? Like that's a long time. And I don't have the energy to prove my point either. I just need some alone time right now and some peace and quiet. Wow, that was a great read, dude. Holy crap. Thank you for sharing that, whoever this is. It meant nothing. Then why do you do it? This is a comment, by the way. I didn't want to hurt you. Then why did you do it? It was just one time. Don't care. The only acceptable number is never. I can prove. Yeah, I mean, like this is so accurate. Let me finish this first. I can prove to you that I can be faithful to you. No, you can't. You've already proven without doubt that you aren't a faithful person. This time of proof was the moment you cheated, and you can't undo that. But I love you so much. Then why did you do it? All these excuses are utter BS. A loving, caring, loyal partner would not cheat, and they would not throw away a great relationship of something that means nothing. The second they stray is the second that they've shown that they don't care at all. Yeah, the moment that somebody, like, look, we got, okay, I'm going to take perspective of the cheater real quick. The moment that you cheat on someone, you have to, like, understand that the fact that I'm able, if you're in a monogamous relationship, obviously it's not cheating if you're in an open and you guys have communicated that it's, like, allowed and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that. If you're in a strictly monogamous relationship and you have cheated, you have to sit there and understand, one, the consequences, but also, two, that you are no longer as in love with this partner as you may have thought, because you are not able to be loyal to them. And for that reason, you have to end things. And the responsible thing would have been to realize that beforehand, break up with them, and then move on and do whatever the fuck you want after, right? Whether it's the next day or in the next week, even though it's still fucked up, at least you broke up with them and it's an honest truth. Now, a lot of people lie to themselves and they're like, no, like it was a one-time thing, this and that, right? And like, that's just all coping. You're just coping with that, and you're dealing with the immaturity that you don't want to take ownership for an action that you did that was very heinous and you feel very guilty of. And like, trust me, I can fully sit there and realize this perspective, because like at a young age, I have done, like much younger, I have done something slightly heinous. I wouldn't say to this degree. This is like before wedding is insane. But you know, I was young, and you gotta like, dude, you gotta take ownership, man. That's the biggest thing from all of this, man. Yeah, grow up. I'm sure this guy can grow up to be a good dude, but he has to understand, like, you fucked up, buddy. And then she has to understand the like cautiousness that goes behind this. Like, it's just so crazy. This sucks. All right, let's read another one, though. I'm going to read one or two more good ones, probably one more, and then we'll go to the Patreon video for all the Patreon members, and then if you're not, I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. But let's see what else. Oh, this is a quick one, so we'll read two. Man wants to take a helicopter ride, but wasn't invited in the cabin. No. So he hops on the helicopter hanging on. This is so dangerous. Okay, so he's asking to get in. He's like, hold up. Or let's do a British accent. You got to let me in the helicopter. Oh, that's a bad British accent. I can do an Asian accent. Nah, someone's going to deem that racist, even though I'm Asian. All right, so he's like, let me in the helicopter. And then they won't let him. They literally took him away, too, which is a funny thing. And then he just hops on the freaking, like, Mission Impossible hanging on the, like, little leggings. Dude, you could... Oh, I got to censor that. I don't think I can say that on YouTube. You could be unalived. Wow, he hangs on for the whole time. Literally, that height, if you drop, you are unalived. Wow, that is insane. They just drive off into the sunset. Wow. Oh my God, dude, they found him and he's like injured and stuff. What do you expect? Wow, what? Okay, at least he's not like, you know, he's breathing, but they have to carry him around. I mean, what did he think the consequences were going to be, dude? That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, let's read one more good one. Ooh, okay. Dummy places a camera on his professor, steals her login, and still tries to argue that he shouldn't be expelled. Oh my goodness, what? Of course, it's on r/legal advice. University expulsion due to cheating. TLDR, cheated on 2 exams during my last semester of... Oh, it's from the perspective of the person who did it? Wow, this is going to be crazy. Cheated on 2 exams during my last semester of university by obtaining a professor's login information and seeing the exams before they were giving. Okay, right there, that is invasion of privacy, a lot of things. I mean, that's already pretty illegal, right? Professor gave me an F in the course, but passed the information along to the higher-ups, who subsequently expelled me. I mean, expectedly. You literally got their password, bro. Like, that could be like their password to a lot of things. That's really unsafe. I will be appealing my case. Good luck. I have a few more days to send in an appeal letter. After I send in my appeal, I am entitled, based on the code of conduct, to a hearing in front of the dean. Oh, dude, I wish I could be there for that. Yeah, I stole a professor's private information, used it for an exam. I should stay in the university. All right, Van Wilder. I want to know what the best course of action is to make my chances as strong as possible in getting my sanctions lessened. Location is United States. Your best course of action is realize you're a dummy and plea for forgiveness, accept the reality that if they're probably not accepted, and then try to get lucky at getting into another school. The course I cheated on was not a major course. Okay, if it's not a major course, why did you even cheat that bad on it? Also, I'm not saying like you shouldn't cheat or should cheat, you know. I mean, relationships completely different with like school, right? Because I mean, growing up, I'm not gonna lie, I've cheated on a lot of like tests and stuff, but this is like the dumbest way of cheating. Like this is like it. It seems mastermind, but if you think about it, the strategy in cheating, you got to weigh out pros and cons when you do cheating, right? If you get caught, how bad is the consequences? In what way did you cheat, right? And then like also like, is it that important? You literally just said it's not a major course, so why did you even need to cheat on it? I'll give you an example. Chinese 101. I took Chinese 101. It wasn't an important class. I got a C in it. I didn't feel like I should cheat because I just knew, first off, if I take an L on this class, I'm just going to take a different language, man, because Chinese was hard. And that's actually what I did. I got a C and I was like, this isn't for me. I went to Spanish. And but I'm not encouraging cheating. This is just a little story time. But there's certain courses that, you know, Quizlet was really clutching. And you got to be careful. Weigh out the merits, you know. You get caught cheating, you're going to be fucked. And you got to accept it if you did get caught, you know. If you're going to cheat, don't get caught. Dumbass. That's such bad advice. But, you know, it's genuine advice. If you are going to cheat, just don't get caught. Not with relationships. I want to reiterate that before someone takes that out of context. I'm talking purely about school. All right, buddies? I completed all of the major courses by merit, and this is my first cheating offense. Yeah, right. I have never been... No one's first cheating offense... I mean, this could be true, but I find it hard to believe because the strategy you use in the camera is too advanced for a first-time cheater. I have never been from one exam cheater to another. Okay, I have never been accused of misconduct or wrongdoing my 4 years at this university. Damn, you've been there for 4 years, and then you really risked it all at the finish line. That's crazy. First and foremost, I have reached out to an attorney who has recommended me a few things, but I want to come on here as well for any and all advice. Reddit, good place to go for legal advice. I mean, sometimes. Throwaway account for obvious reasons. Backstory. Sometime in February, I planted a camera behind the keyboard in my classroom where the professor lectured. Yeah, you already fucked up. That's huge. Like, the camera is a huge invasion and very illegal, I'm pretty sure. Once she typed in her login information, I was able to view the video and obtain her login information for use for my own personal benefit. On dozens of occasions, I logged onto you did it multiple times? You dummy. I logged on. No wonder you got caught. You just, if you get caught cheating like on this, you deserve, like, come on. I logged on using my professor's login information on school computers in labs that have cameras and viewed exams, past labs, and you used the school's computers to log. You are a dummy wummy, bro. And even changed my own grade in the course. Dude, this is so OhNoConsequences. This guy is a next level idiot. It's one thing to view exams and like try to, you know, remember the answers and stuff. Because in a way, you're still kind of learning it. Believe it or not, I know that's not ethical, but changing your own grade, you don't think somebody would realize that right away, you idiot? The first exam around late March, I had seen the answer key prior to taking the exam and naturally got 100 on the exam. Oh my goodness. That is cheating 101. All right. I hate to do this. And this is all in Minecraft, okay? And this is not relationship cheating. We're still strictly talking about school. If you're going to do it, not advice, not professional advice, just from someone who has, been pretty good at not getting got on exams. If you're going to do it, dude, never go for 100 because 100% is too risky. Even if there's no suspicion, you never go for 100. Go for a nice 92. My range, anywhere from, depends on how hard the class is. If the hard class is actually really hard, I'll go for an 80. 80 to 85, reasonable. You're like, oh, you could get lucky and get that too if it's multiple choice, right? If it's an easier class, I probably wouldn't even need to cheat at all. Yeah, that's honestly that's it. I mean, I've gone for 90s every now and then, an A. But dude, you don't fucking, come on, man. No suspicion was raised by the professor. I continued to view the answer keys prior to the next exam, which was taken in late April. Oh my God, if you get another 100, I am gonna poop myself because you're a real idiot. My exams were very identical to the answer keys. I had noticed that the professor changed her password after the second exam when I got to the login. And so I put the camera back in the same place after the first time. You all are an idiot. The fact, I can't believe you're putting this out in the world too. Like, how do you not know how dumb you are? However, this time, at some point during the video, it showed her directly looking at the camera, implying that she did indeed see it. In the beginning, that's hilarious. In the beginning of May, about a week after the second exam, my professor came up to me after class. I bet you were sweating bullets, and asked me to come to the department chair's office. Come with her to it. When I sat down, the department chair told me that there was a strong suspicion of me cheating on exams 1 and 2, and asked if I was doing anything, and I wanted to tell them. I said, I admit I cheated on them, and that's all I said. I did not admit how I was cheating. I mean, they fucking knew, dude. Afterwards, guys, this is the dumbest way of cheating. Seriously, like, this is such a bad strategy because the risk to reward is just way too, like, you can't, when you're doing something like this in school, you really got to weigh it, and it's got to be like close to a nice medium, That is all I said. I do not admit to how I cheated. Afterwards, he asked me how I cheated, and I did not respond. They asked me to sign a form essentially stating that I admitted to cheating, and they were going to pass along the information to the academic chair affairs committee for further investigation and potentially further sanctions on top of an F in the course. About a week later, a police officer from the university came to my apartments and asked me to come with him. He drove me to a campus police station where I was questioned for illegal computer usage. Yeah, that is fully illegal. An hour later, at the academic affairs office, I was informed verbally that I was going to be expelled from the university, and after a day later, I received a letter reiterating the fact that I was expelled. Letter says that I would not get a degree, not participate in graduation, and not be remitted into the university now or in the future. That's so funny. Like, dude, what did you think was going to be the consequences, buddy? I reached out to an attorney yesterday and will be meeting with him tomorrow. The steps I am taking for this: the university allows students to appeal their decision within 5 days of receiving the letter, which is what I'm doing. Good luck appealing that. Essentially, the appeal I have written states that I admit my actions were egregious and that I felt so much pressure to pass the course and felt, well, you literally just said it's not an important class, you idiot. And felt awful when I got cheated. When I cheated, even before I got caught, I doubt you felt awful. I said that I want to fess up, but didn't know how, but you just contradicted yourself because you did it twice. It would be one thing if you felt bad and stopped at 1, but come on, dude. And that when I was confronted, I did not at all try to justify my actions, hide them, or lie. I came clean, completely clean, and my burden was finally off. In my appeal, I am respectfully asking the sanctions to be lessened to at most a suspension from the university so that I can still graduate, albeit not on time. I have not yet sent the letter, and I have still a few more days to submit the appeal. I am waiting for my attorney to look at the letter tomorrow and give me advice. The reason I got an attorney was so that I could either A, heavily grovel, an attorney cannot be present during the hearing, and the attorney would just help me before I go in. Dang, that sucks. They can't even be with you. B, basically sue the school saying the sanctions are too harsh. Oh my God, good fucking luck. What are you talking about, dude? You got someone's private information. I will not be denying my actions. The school has sufficient proof that I used this professor's login credentials for my own benefit. I have to come clean and just hope that the school shows mercy. If the appeal does not go well, I will resort to plan B, which is to get the attorney directly involved. Good fucking luck, you entitled brat. Any advice on what I should say during the hearing or anything else I should do? Yeah, accept defeat, you idiot. Too bad there's no updates. I'd love to know what the professor sued him for stalking. Yeah, dude, what? The level of entitlement and just no consequences in this is insane. He admits not just to cheating, but invasion of privacy and authorized access to private and confidential systems and informations, and acts like it's no big deal. The entitlement of this F is next level. The fact that he thinks that he's entitled to challenge the expulsion process or not, and thinks that he can somehow win is next level of Delulu. I fully agree. But it's my first offense. Yeah, my dude, you literally planned a spy camera. Planted. This is not just not some crib sheet disguised as a label on a water bottle. That's a classic one. If I was the teacher, I'd be horrified. Yeah, that's like so dumb, bro. There's so many smart ways of cheating. You chose such a high risk to do something so low. Reward, just change your rate. Like in a class when you were at the finish line, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Wow, I'm so glad I read that. I can't wait to read more on the Patreon. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. That was a wild one. Hope you guys have a wonderful Easter and rest of the week or day or whatever. And I'll catch you guys in the next video. Unless you're Patreon, I'll see you guys there. Bye.